In the top left side of Neo-Humanity, we are looking at the main base of our Ukrainian Protoss, currently living in Poland, representing Hot-Headed Gaming. We have found ourselves in a Game 5. This is NightPhoenix. Bottom right side, the Austrian teacher, once more going for an early pull. This time around it was a 12 pull. Platinum Heroes, HateMe. I feel that HateMe's performance in this best of 5 has kind of been all over the shop. Some games looked really good. Some fights looked very good. And then at different interactions, he looked a little bit underwhelming. Perhaps the ultimate sign that he's not very active at the moment, but can't say too much about it. But I don't see him in too many random online tourneys. NightPhoenix is scouting once more with the probe. Gets the pylon block. One of these games we saw pylon into pylon block, but doing that against 12 pull seems a bit pointless. He really does want it. Oh, no, we might lose the probe. Are we going to lose the probe? We might lose it. Okay, it's dead. So HateMe gets the hatch down rather quickly. And gets the probe, but should not be able to do a whole lot with the slow circlings on the other side of the map. And we'll just take it from there. Not the same as what we saw on Babylon and Grasbon, because we don't have an early gas. It's just a gasless 12 pull. And we take it from there. He's not gonna go for roaches because he doesn't have a gas. That could have been a play if he had a similar setup. Oh, he might actually get one of the zealots very early here though. And that's actually kind of nice, because now maybe the Lynx can just fight this other zealot in the choke point. Sure, you're gonna lose a few Lynx unless you have perfect micro. Like the Adepts will save the day, but at least HateMe gets both zealots. That was a lot of Lynx to lose for a zealot. Here come the Adepts. Boom, boom. No, stop. Nice Adept movement there. Honestly think it's okay for NightPhoenix in the end. Like, what are these zealots good for anyway, guys? You're not really going to get any value out of slow zealots in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. What he does need to do though is expand. We've gone Stargate even before expanding. These Adepts have a lot of potential because all the Lynx were picked off earlier. So now HateMe has to deal with 2 Adepts with slow Zerglings. If you put Neep in this position, he's going to kill 17 Lynx and a set of drones. But obviously there's only one Alex Sunderhaft. But these Adepts are already finding some damage now. It's indirect damage, but by forcing HateMe to make all these Lynx, can let this finish up. Yeah, I like it. Good Adept positioning. We'll go for the recall just in case they get surrounded. Gets a drone, I believe. A drone, a Ling. A bit of lost mining time. We are supply block though, and it's a big one. 30 out of 31 supply. That is not what we signed up for. Was that even... Oh, that's a shame. This target has been done for quite some time. So we go for the quick Stargate. Stargate before Nexus, and then we supply block ourselves so we can build our first Oracle. A rather awkward interaction, but it is what it is. Boom. Are you still have a Neep sub, Ravi? I feel like you're the kind of guy that will sub to Neep until you're 57. Even though Alex hasn't gone live since 2018. Like, I know that you could never ever cancel the Neep sub. Yeah. When was the last time that Alex streamed? SOS is playing. He's just not incredibly good yet. He's not bad. He's still very solid Protoss. Like, he would absolutely annihilate me. But compared to some of the other best players in Korea, he's not that great yet. Got the 3 Adepts shading into the back of the natural of HateMe. That's a little bit similar to a lot of the moves that we saw Goblin pull off. We're going for kind of quick glaives though. It's a bit weird to throw away Adepts if your follow-up is more Adepts with glaive. But maybe that's a mind game, right? It's like, oh, look at me, I'm throwing away Adepts, don't worry about it, man. I really don't care about adapts. And then it's like, more adapts. Spore Crawler not quite done yet, and a single queen is not going to have a very good time dealing with 2 oracles. So 4 drones fall. Decent amount of damage though on at least one of the oracles. The other one is all over the place like a heat-seeking missile, but is forced to disengage as well. Still a very playable game for NightPhoenix. I feel like it should be better than what it is, but maybe it's the supply blocks that have been slowing down his progress a little. Twitch does automatic payouts, yeah. I mean, I don't have to request a payout. You only have to wait for payouts if your number is like not above $50 or $150, whatever it is. So you need to make up to that amount before you get paid out. I'm sure there is someone else who loves Neep just as much as Ravi. So slowly but steady, Neep will still get paid by Twitch. It's $100, yeah. And obviously, Fear Dragon is a tier 3 to inactive Neep. So every 4 months, Neep gets a bonus. Alright guys, we have a decent amount of adapts and we're about to get a whole lot more. Now on Ancient Sistrum, we ran all of our adapts headfirst into a bunch of banings. That didn't go very well. I'm a bit sad, honestly, that NightPhoenix is now where he is at in this game. Here come the banings, pretty good connections. I don't like this start for NightPhoenix, but then again, it also started very poorly on Ancient and then he killed everything. As long as we keep our War Prism alive, we are allowed to dream. Let's put it like that. Stasis Trap is going to freeze a couple of the Zerglings. These adapts are not really going anywhere yet. At this point, NightPhoenix needs a whole lot more, but we have oracles, we have adapts, we have more adapts. We're going to have even... No, don't lose your War Prism. If you lost the War Prism, it'd be pretty much game over. Yeah, I don't like it. I feel like this game should have been just a lot better for NightPhoenix. He had a decent start, he had a fine defense against the 12 pool. The supply blocks hurt. No, honestly, I think we're in an uncomfortable spot. But then again, HateMe is still on hatchery attack, and on Ancient we killed 63 drones with adapts, so maybe we can do that once more. Now it's not even just adapts, it's adapts and oracles. Careful! No! Stop! Why is he doing this? Somehow the War Prism lives this time around. It was a pixel away of actually going down against these screens. HateMe has a shit ton of Zerglings with +1 melee once more. I hope that these oracles are around, guys, and they do have a lot of energy, so that's going to help. +1 links don't mess around, but I think the oracles will be able to keep the Nexus safe. And the Immortal should be fine. Is there any value in forcing HateMe to deal with this? I honestly thought it was a bit weird by NightPhoenix. I think NightPhoenix was a bit thrown off by the 12 pool and then losing the Zealous. Maybe it made him panic a little. This was not the game that he had in mind, I'm sure of that. And I think sometimes you just kind of keep stumbling into new situations that you're not totally comfortable or familiar with. And you're like, well, let's just roll with it. And then you've got something on your mind. And you're like, this is the way, right? And then it doesn't really go anywhere. I think NightPhoenix is a bit lost, but he definitely has a chance. HateMe has 2 drones here in the defense, guys. That's interesting. They'll never see the Ling Roach drone defense coming. 2 adapts do unload in the third. I get a few shots off. The dude looks like he just woke up. Sero or me? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yona often looks a little bit bored because I think StarCraft 2 is too easy for him. I don't think Sero just woke up. He wakes up, oh careful, your oracles have so much energy, mate. It's such a shame to lose them. One of them barely lives and the other one will make it out safely as well. It's just that there are very few people that actually challenge Yona, you know? So he goes live and he sits there and he has to wait until he's got a ladder game. He probably promised Basilisk that he would stream X amount of hours a month. And then he's like, oh my gosh. Why am I doing this? Do I still have... Oh my gosh. I don't think I have it.
Oh my gosh. This is going from verse to verse.
He's like, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't have a chance to open his stream yet. I saw he went live right before I was supposed to go live, but we had another GOAT doing his thing, and that was Logan Sargent in F1 qualifying. So I had to show some love to Logan Sargent, and after that, I had to start myself. So they don't have any time to stop by the great Jonas Sutala. 4 hours is actually pretty legit for Yona. That's pretty long already. We've got 15 Mutalisk on the way for HateMe. Now making 15 Mutas though, guys, against the Protoss, when you're on only 67 drones as a Zerg, it's risky business. And this time around, NightPhoenix is not just working with a couple of Stalkers. He's working with a whole bunch of Archons. The problem, however, is that the Stalkers don't have Blink, unlike they had on Dragon Skills. This Warp Prism is already a bit low on HP. We're gonna warp in a bunch of Zealots by the looks of it, and he wants to gun down the Spire. Oh, that is a play. And the Mutas and the Lynx don't really seem to care. Now we've got some Queens showing up. Transfuse, transfuse, transfuse. Warp Prism has gone into the main base. The Zealots have given up on the Spire. So now it's all about the Mutas. What are the Mutas doing? They're going for a Disruptor. I was wondering if they were fighting Archons, but... yeah, defending against Mutas, guys, with Archon only, it's pretty freaking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I still remember Drogo disagreeing with me once, where he's like, oh no, the pros don't really know, you have a Warp Prism and 2 Archons. And I was like, but that seems really scary to me. But Drogo honestly thought that was completely fine. NightPhoenix, his best defense is offense here, and he says, I am not going to chase after Mutas. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to A-move the Zerg on the other side of the map. It's not the biggest Protoss army ever. HateMe looks at it and he says, I want some of it. And Nova was not bad. The second one is even better. Is this Protoss army good enough to win the fight? Kind of afraid that the answer is no. Muta count, a Roach count, and the reinforcing Zerglings are going to be a little too much to deal with. It's a close fight. But a close fight is going to favor HateMe. Because HateMe has more bases. And if HateMe does win the fight, the rest of the army cannot really safely make it home. At least we're building one Phoenix at a time right now. But we truly need NightPhoenix, my friends. There's a Dark Shrine here. So we could play some Phoenix DT. He's so sick. We're microing the hell out of our own Phoenix. We're using Overcharge. Muto's trying to kill our battery, by the way. That takes a little while. But the reinforcements have shown up. HateMe just a little too rich in the end. 100 army supply against 8.